to do the bit I did in Aurora that I thought was fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Crowd reaction, and so you get to see it too.
Yep.
For context, because some of you weren't here between the bit and this bit, and so for context, because I think when you hear the next bit, you'll understand why I mentioned this. I think it's fair that everyone knows. So I did a 20-minute bit about child abuse, not as comedy, which is strange for me, because I was like, so turns out at the age of 37, I found out mom's crazy. My childhood had, clear signs of abuse. I had no idea it was abuse when I was experiencing it because I thought that was totally normal. 37, I found out it was abuse. I think I should mention to people, here's what abuse actually means. So when someone says, were you abused, they don't mean, did you get beat with a stick every day? They mean this and this and this and this and this. It took 20 minutes. I read some passages from this really important book. Anyways, TLDR, I'm dealing with it just fine. Healthy, see a therapist. I'm actually probably more normal than most people in this room at this point, but I felt I should mention that because the next bit is really funny and there's going to be some audience participation bits, and I think it's fair that the audience participation bit, be aware of that context. You'll see what I mean. So, here's a question I asked at the, I don't think it was the 18 Plus panel at Aurora. It was a Tatum panel, and he was on in the washroom getting some supplies. I need to warm the crowd up a bit. So, I said, hey, you worthless sack of shit weebs, hands up if, in the past year, since last Otafest, if you have bitched to yourself, or to anyone else, I don't mean like bitching is pointless, I mean, have you said to yourself, complained to yourself or anyone else, wished, like, you haven't had enough dates in the last year? Hands up if you're like, yeah, I could have had more dates. I would have liked more dates than I did this past year. Hands up. And the rest of you are liars.
There's two questions here. Have I complained to someone that I haven't had enough dates, or have I genuinely not had enough dates?
Have you complained to yourself, which means did you want more dates than you got? Or complained to anyone else, I haven't had enough dates. So I think that was about as many proportionally as we saw at Aurora. 60, maybe 80%, let's call it solid 60, maybe 70% of the audience wishes that they had had more dates in the last year than they did. I would now like you to put your hand up if in the last year you asked anybody else. That is a much higher number than at Aurora. It's possible that it's because fewer of you are in high school.
18 plus.
True, 18 plus. Okay, but I think still a smaller number that actually wished that they had asked people out. So this bit might work better with the high school audience because seriously, they don't get this. And my experience with weebs, which you are, is that there is a considerable number of weebs who have not figured out some really essential things about communication in a social environment. So, if you want dates, you should probably ask for them. Right. The Aurora bit, there was like a 60% of the people here wish they had more. 40% had asked people. Actually, hands up if you had complained. So the first round was had you complained and you put your hands up. Second round, if you'd asked someone out. Put your hands up if you put your hand up to both of those questions. Yeah, it's much smaller. Okay. So of the 70% of the group that wished they had more dates, maybe a third of them asked somebody out the last year. You include the high school group, and it's a lot closer, like 85 people wish they had more dates. 5 people actually asked someone out. You guys are clearly have your shit a little bit more together. But if I ask that in a non-weeb context, yeah. Sorry, I've got a ear thing. You station you. Okay, so so I know now, statistics is hard, isn't it? I know now that there are a number of you who have wished you had more dates, but didn't do shit about it in the last year. And I know how you feel. Because, I mean, the reason most guys don't ask girls out is that rejection is a bitch. Like, that is a little